Alright, I said things are going to get crazy. Brock Lesnar as JBL's heavy is only the start. It's only the start.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 23 of the 04 War, the network save on TW 2020 between me and my good friend Stuart Irvine, and we are rolling now towards Judgment Day. And who will pass Judgment in the WWE Championship match? JBL and Shawn Michaels. We set that up early, we're going forward with that, but tonight it's all about who is going to walk away the Intercontinental Champion, or over in Smackdown. What happens over there is going to be a bit crazy. So there's a lot going on. If you dropped a like on the video now, that'd be good. We are ready to go. This is Monday Night Raw. Who will walk out Intercontinental Champion? Let's find out. Alright, Monday Night Raw kicks off again on the pre-show here and in Wisconsin. No Ken Kennedy to be found. High Risk defeat Akio and Nunzio. Two heels who just stood together there. Paul London getting the win. 56, similar to last week. London now at 61. He's getting better and better every week. Spanky 49 starting to really come together as a tag team. Really come together. So that's good.
Okay. Interesting to see. I'm obviously not revealing any plans. I assume there's going to be plans for them.
Potentially.
Or...
if they start putting in the performances, potentially. That's the thing. We got Shane McMahon with them as well, so I don't know if Shane would come out in the pre-show though. I doubt it.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I literally just forgot that he was their manager.
Matt Morgan defeats Spike Dudley in 6 minutes for a 41. Matt Morgan needs to start picking up wins, even if it's on the pre-show. Fine. Spinning sit-down powerbomb, the Morganizer, as we're going. No, I'm joking. I don't know what we call it. 34
no, it's
for
official
Matt
now.
Morgan, and 43 for Spike. It's not official. I'm moving on quickly. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 41. Right, we're going to kick off the main show with the Big Red Machine, Kane, for an 85 rated segment. Kane, he's here on his own. Taker isn't here, and Kane said, look, he's not here because he needs a bit of time to recuperate, and that's fine. But he's allowed the Devil's favourite demon to deal with Brock Lesnar. Kane challenges Brock to a match at Judgment Day. And he says, and before Brock answers, you know what, he can answer later because I want someone to take my frustration out on right now. Kane with the challenge. Poor Rob Conway answered it. Silly Rob Conway. 68, that's not great. That's not great. Kane still put it in 86 though. Conway just brings it down.
Yeah,
so
I mean, to be fair, I mean, especially it should do better, but
it's fine. It's fine. And it was a squash. Kane did squash him, and he got bonuses for all that stuff, so it's fine.
It's what it should be. I mean, in real life, if that was that would be one about the score anyway. It's what it's. I think you had a bit more high expectation for it, but
a little bit. I thought Kane might have dragged him to a 74, 75. Not quite. It is what it is. Kane dominates and wins, and this temperamental Kane against Brock Lesnar, Brock might have some trouble. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, let's talk about JBL. Actually, JBL is backstage with Orlando Jordan for a 73. Well done, JBL. Talking about the fact that Orlando Jordan goes one-on-one with the WWE champion Shawn Michaels tonight, and he tells Jordan, look, your job tonight is simple. Winning, not important. Taking out Shawn Michaels, very important. JBL seems to have a plan again. He's always got a plan. He's a wrestling god, always. 73 is fine. Let's go to a Randy Orton promo on Goldberg and Jerry Lawler, his opponent for tonight, for an 86. Orton is really starting to come together now. Starting to come together. So that's really, really good. He says, I see. So we've got the much talked about Goldberg, the star of WCW in the late 90s. We've got Jerry Lawler, the star of many places throughout the years. You know what? It seems like the legend killer needs to come out and play. Randy Orton, he's been targeted by legends. Let's get the legend killer out the pocket, shall we? 86, good stuff.
Unleashed the legend killer yet again.
Send the legend killer, sorry. Right. Backstage, Team Attitude, Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore are celebrating their attack on John Cena. Well, it's like an AEW locker room here because John Cena comes in to get the attack. 59, similar to last week, similar to what we did on last week's Raw, so it's about the same. John Cena gets some revenge with a steel chain. His chain that he wears, he takes out Moore and Matt Hardy. We build into a TV match between Cena and Hardy, so yeah, 59, fine. That's all it is. Fine, not great, not bad, fine. I'll take fine.
It does the job. It does the job. That's all you need.
Here comes the Cruiserweight Champion now. Chavo Guerrero comes out to sit on commentary for a 70. Well done, Chavo. For the next matchup. Chavo wants competition. Let's see if these two men can provide it. It's Maven versus Tajiri for a 58. Again, similar to the Matt Hardy segment. Not bad, not good. We'll take it. It's fine. Maven defeats Tajiri in 6 minutes. For Cruiserweight, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, because they'll say the women's division's got someone on Smackdown, so like that's the kind of score they would get if it was in like Trish or Lita or stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure this is the first time in a while you've used Maven, so that's pretty good score, man.
Maven getting a win on Raw. Is he getting a push? A little bit. Yeah, Maven. Well, the idea here is Chavo on commentary. Maven gets a big win and he impresses Chavo Guerrero. So Maven will be now set up as the challenger, potentially, for the Cruiserweight Championship. Was Maven in the Cruiserweight division? I don't know. Did he qualify? I don't know, but he does in my mind, so it's happening now. Deal with it.
You'll save, do you want?
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see what happens with that. Backstage, Brock and JBL are chatting about Kane for an 85. This whole thing, I'm very pleased with it. It's all working very nicely and I'm happy about it. Brock and JBL talk about Kane. Brock accepts the challenge. It's booked. Brock versus Kane at Judgment Day. But JBL says, you know what? Thing is, I think that needs a little bit of a twist. I think it needs someone to really take control, because a normal referee isn't going to be able to control the Beast Incarnate or Kane. I think it needs a special referee. I'll have a chat with Randy Savage, JBL says. Obviously, implying that JBL himself should be the special guest referee for that match. Let's see what Randy Savage says later. 85, or next week, 85 is pretty good, to be fair. Really good.
But I mean, just the idea, it just seems to be the star power rubbing off on JBL. It's amazing. It's really good.
Mean Gene's got an interview with the British Bruisers or Brawlers. I can't remember what I did. I think I call them Bruisers. British Bruisers probably sounds better. William Regal and Dave Finlay, who will be the tag team going forward. They explain why they've come together. They've come together out of respect for each other. These are two men that over the years in the UK have fought against each other, have fought alongside each other, and now they need to come here to the WWE and just give a little bit of that British style, bruising style to the tag team division. In walks Taz, who's managing TNA, of course. Taz says, listen, don't care if you're together. Stay out of our way or you will get hurt. Taz with a message to Regal and Finlay to stay out of TNA's way. 60 for this? Yeah, fine. Mid-card tag team match. Yeah, pretty good.
Taz in it. To be fair, that's pretty cliche. That like on tone with a Taz promo there, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. But 60, that's good.
So TNA were in action against the Filthy Animals. Did William Regal and Dave Finlay take heed of the warning? Oh no, they didn't. 76 for this. It's very good. Rey Mysterio carrying it, of course, with a 79. Win for Filthy Animals. They defeat TNA. Rey Mysterio pinning A-Train after interference from William Regal. What I've got written here is that Regal is going to distract A-Train and distract the referee. Sorry, distract Test and distract the referee. Throw in the brass knucks, and Rey Mysterio is going to use them because, I know, it'll be fun. Whether it... I don't know.
The use of the brass knucks, love it when you use the brass knucks. So I'm happy with that. I approve this finish.
It's a really good match as well. These two getting a 76 is fantastic. Ray's really putting in performance after performance right now. So that's great. He's having a good month. And they get to win here. So yeah, Filthy Animals. Big win over a top tag team in the Raw division. Might set them up for something later. Post-match, TNA and the British Brawlers have a brawl for... I've missed the brawl. I've
done it again.
Well, they had a brawl that was separated. We then went to commercial. We came back to Booker T. Booker T challenges Garrison Cade and Martin Brett to a tag team match next week and introduces his new partner, AJ Styles. I won the match of the month last month. I got to bring someone in. Now listen, I can hear you. Booker T and AJ Styles, how do they even know each other? Well, let's just say in a storyline, AJ Styles was at the end of WCW, was there. Booker T was there. Let's just say they were friends, it turns out. Booker T has called out on a friend, and he's found one in AJ Styles to go up against Cade and Jindrak, who are managed, of course, by Eric Bischoff.
You can see the connections here. The obvious connections.
You can. Really good gimmick for AJ Styles as well. We rate him very good, so that's good. AJ, I think partnered with Booker T will really help him push, so it'll be good. It'll be good. So let's see what happens with them. Okay, the Filthy Animals are discussing their ambitions as a tag team. They say, you know what, maybe, just maybe, with wins like tonight, we could have gold around our waist when in walk in the champions, Big Show and Jamie Noble, the knockout artists. And they laugh at the idea that Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman could beat them. Are you kidding me? Jamie Noble's, of course, totally fake bullshit, but the Big Show means it. Someone like Rey, look at the size of Rey Mysterio. Look at the size of Billy Kidman. You think you're going to beat the Big Show? Come on. They really, really, crap all over the idea of them winning. So yeah, this is the feud going forward. Filthy Animals, knockout artists should be good. 82 again. This is really good for a mid-card feud. I'm happy with that. Ray is doing some good stuff right now. This is a match next up that kind of hinges the show on. It's Shawn Michaels versus Orlando Jordan. Can Shawn pull something good out of Orlando Jordan? If anyone can do it, it's Shawn Michaels. So Orlando, over to you. 82, I'll take it. I will take it. That is better than I was expecting. Michaels put in a 94. Orlando a 37. Orlando, yeah, it is what it is, right? There's a reason I've decided maybe JBL needs someone with a bit more star power. 82 is pretty good, though, for this. Great performance. So Shawn Michaels really stood out. And Shawn wins with a flying elbow drop because it's Orlando Jordan. You don't even need a super kick. Ouch.
I'm not going to be harsh. If that's a burial, I don't know what is. It's like I don't. It's like you don't even need my. I don't even need my finisher to beat you. It's like
harsh. It is harsh. After the match, though, well, here comes the wrestling god and JBL blindside Shawn Michaels. Brock Lesnar isn't even needed here. JBL destroys Shawn Michaels with count 'em 1, 2, 3 clotheslines from hell. 87 for this one. Michaels has a gimmick that's getting stale, so we're going to have to tweak that a little bit, but that's fine. 87. This feud is doing way better than I thought it would, by the way. Like, what's going on? JBL. What? Okay, we'll take it. Right, let's go on to main event. And I did tease, didn't I? A few videos ago that we're going to start doing some crazy stuff. Brock Lesnar with JBL is one of them. Let's see what happens here. Jerry Lawler's going to cut a promo on Randy Orton for an 85. Jerry Lawler bringing the promo. And he says, look, now's the time to have one last memory. When in walks Goldberg. Goldberg comes in and says, listen, Randy Orton's going to have his 2 little cronies, but I'm going to be in your corner and I'm going to be at ringside to make sure Evolution do not get involved. So it's Lawler versus Orton. Orton will have Evolution. Lawler will have Goldberg. It's for the Intercontinental Championship.
My word, this has got...
I
don't know where this is going.
So sorry. I am so sorry.
Stop it.
Your winner. And still Intercontinental Champion for an 86. Did you really think I was putting the title on Jerry Lawler? Come on. What a match, by the way, for these guys. 86. Killed it in the main event.
Yeah, fair enough. Applaud you for that. To be fair, when we saw the scores of Jerry Lawler, it was kind of.
There's a reason that when we did the Battle Royal, I chose Jerry Lawler. He can put it over Randy Orton, and I just think it just makes all the sense in the world. Randy Orton wins, RKO, wins clean. There's no real interference because you don't want Randy Orton to have to rely on Evolution to beat Jerry Lawler, if we're really honest. But Lawler getting a 70 is very, very good. Randy Orton 88, he is coming along nicely right now, which is very, very good. Post-match, well, it does kind of come into a brawl, but Evolution got the numbers, and Evolution pull out handcuffs. They handcuff Goldberg to the ring ropes, and Goldberg is forced to watch as Jerry Lawler gets hit with a few Ric Flair chops, because why not? A Batista bomb. I can't press next segment, to be fair. 88 for this, really good segment to end the show. A Batista bomb, an RKO again, so that's 2. And the Legend Killer really puts the final nail in the coffin. The punt kick. Jerry Lawler, you stretch it out to end Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton has been put over big time. Wow.
Cool. Yeah,
Good
I mean,
stuff.
it's one of those endings you got to watch next week to find out. So it's definitely one of those classic endings. Very good. 88.
This show's done better than I thought it would because of that main event. Main event spotlight, remember?
I'm thinking early 90s.
I don't know about that much, but I'll take an 88. I'll tell you that much. Next segment, Lawler's going to come back on commentary. Twitch says, I may have to take him off a week thinking about it. I should write that down. Let's see how the show goes. Monday Night Raw this week gets another 86. I'd argue this was a better show than last week, but
I mean, to be fair, that's a weird one because obviously it's like the main event done really well. So it's like, if he goes by how this game works, shouldn't it be a situation?
I suppose we had Maven and Tajiri for a 58 in there, a 60, a couple of 50 rated segments. We also had Kane and Rob Conway not do very well in that opener as well as I was hoping. So it's probably fair to a point. 86 though, still great. What a good show again. I've set the bar again for you there.
I mean, I don't know. The way this game works, I just thought, I mean, I'm hoping. I think I've got a couple of big matches in this week, so we'll find out. But yeah, 86 too good though. I mean, I've got to be honest, that main event exceeded my expectations. Maybe not yours, but did for me.
Did very, very well. Let's find out what SmackDown. Okay then, SmackDown kicks off on the pre-show. Gail Kim defeating Miss Jackie in about 10 minutes. 40 for this isn't bad. Miss Jackie 34, Gail Kim 45. Yeah, this isn't bad.
No, that's not bad. I mean, to be fair, but obviously Gail Kim's been really good. Obviously, I'm hoping I could do a bit more than at the moment. She's been kind of like the losing end of most of the stuff. So hopefully soon I can maybe push her actually get some victories. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I was just hitting the 40s. That if that was getting 30s, I'd be worried. But 40, that's good.
That's fine. And the Bashams get a win over Val Venis and Stevie Richards for 50. Push the Bashams, mate. Push them. They've got great chemistry when teaming together, and they are the tag team of the noughties.
Okay.
One of those things wasn't true.
Well, I know exactly what one it is, but anyway, got best Val Venis again, 51, very good. But yeah, I need to build a bit more tag teams together as well, because obviously I've got a main tag team feud, but I need to build a couple more up, starting to use the other tag teams a bit more. Yeah. But Val Venis, Stevie Richards tag team, maybe I could do that because it looks like they could work.
Well, it wasn't a good night for Stevie Richards, as you know, he lost and gagged on Danny Basham's balls. So there we go. Right. Opening segment for an 83. Not quite enough star power in this segment to have Rhino in it. So it's not enough star power, Rhino, apparently.
What is this game now? Rhino's a star. Star Myers, anyway.
Talk us through it.
That's obviously going to start off with Eddie kind of again. Seems to be a thing. Well, you can't get enough of Eddie starting the show, can you? Kind of trying to warn Mark Henry, kind of going Like, kind of, don't underestimate me. Don't think it's going to be easy beating me. Yes, you beat me one more time, but it won't happen again. And if you want to take this title from me, you have to take it from my cold, dead hands. Then Mark Henry comes out and kind of says, like, you still got the confidence. You still got the kind of Mark Henry going like, I'm not. It's going to be easy. It's going to be, I could beat you just like that. All I got to say tonight is you better watch your back. And then, boom, turn around.
Sorry,
Rhino.
Joey Styles says what?
Go. God, sometimes I wish I can get the kind of Joey Styles, like, go.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could, but I'm nowhere near up to the commentary.
So, Rhino gores Eddie Guerrero, and the match is made for the main event, Eddie Guerrero and Rhino. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, Rhino was impressed. So, I mean, it's not here, but he's impressed in matches. So we'll see.
93 though, so that's not bad. Let's see how the rest of the show goes. We're going to open up with CM Punk taking on Bubba Ray Dudley in the Wild Brawl of the evening for 54.
Oh, good. I was a bit worried about this one because obviously CM Punk is the second match, and obviously Bubba Ray is. Again, it's a tag team wrestler, so it's a bit of hit and miss. But again, I kind of have to do the max. Because obviously, if you remember, obviously it was CM Punk that hit Bubba Ray that helped the World's Greatest Tag Team retain their tag titles. So obviously, he wanted a bit of revenge here. Again, this is just to show how good CM Punk is, as you expect. They said, was it Devil's Lock DDT? What is that? I don't know. I got to be honest, we might have to put it in the moveset, but I really want to put the GTS on CM Punk early.
We can do that. That's fine.
Perfect.
Interesting that Wild Brawl Punk really brought it, but Bubba 60, what you'd expect, and a win for CM Punk. And after the match, well, it's time to set up a 6-man, right?
68. Okay.
Van Damme in there will massively help it, but what is Doug Basham doing in there?
That's a good point. What is Doug Basham doing there? What is he doing in there? It doesn't matter because it's still got a decent score anyway, so it's fine. What was actually supposed to happen is it's just basically.
Let me guess. CM Punk beats down Bubba Ray Dudley. Then Doug Basham comes out to help Bubba Ray Dudley, and he's like, "Oh wait, no, you're not my partner," and then leaves.
No, it's basically he's done an R-Truth, like, turns up and like.
My bad. But
right. To be fair, it hasn't.
Just say what it's really meant to be.
Well, to be fair, it hasn't really harmed it that much. To be fair, cause even if it, no offense to Devon Dudley, but I think still at 68 is pretty good anyway, so it's fine. Again, what was supposed to be was a simple brawl. Obviously, the Great State Tag Team and CM Punk start attacking Bubba Ray Dudley. Devon comes out, but Doug Basham, and then obviously RVD comes out as well. Bakes the save, as you alluded to. Probably going to set up a tag team match next 6-man tag next week, but Stu, a lot here, but yeah, sorry Doug, you're not in the storyline. I'm sorry.
Right, Molly Holly is with Gail Kim backstage talking about Victoria.
Yes, this is basically kind of they're asking about like, okay, so obviously it's in the books, but Molly Holly's like, no, I'm not. Like, she's not gonna. It's like she at first she goes, no, I'm not gonna get in this cage, and then just like. Why should be an interview? It's like on the fly that goes, you know what? No, actually, this is perfect. This is perfect. I finally can get Victoria exactly where I want her in a steel cage match. So I can finally take her out. So instead of being instead of being Molly Holly, kind of being the kind of cowardly heel, kind of, oh my God, what's happening? She's kind of flipped it and go, you know what? No, this is good. This is where I can finally end it. And obviously, obviously at 2 weeks, you can finally end Victoria once and for all. But then obviously Gail Kim, after that, kind of says to Gail Kim to kind of say, yeah, but tonight, you've got to take out Victoria. Again, Gail Kim's like, kind of has the face of a person going, I kind of don't want to get involved with this. Because obviously she knows how, what Victoria's like, obviously, because she kidnapped her a couple of months ago, if you remember. Fair. So she's probably like, I don't want to get involved with a crazy person like that. So, so Molly Holly's probably actually more excited for the cage match than just led on. And Gail Kim is, doesn't want to attack Victoria. So see where that goes. But yeah, 59. Again, I think that's good. I think it's pretty good.
It's fine. It's one of the things. It's fine, isn't it? How it is. Triple H talking about Lance Storm for a 85. Triple
There you
H.
go. Yep. Killing it. I've got to be honest. I'm excited. This feud is. I think this has got potential. I've got a lot of potential. This one. This one's kind of simple as well. Just kind of it's Triple H kind of being the arrogant kind of. Maybe go back to his roots, kind of hierarchy of him, like a blue blood type person, thinking he's better than everyone type thing. Kind of telling about Lance Storm. He's got to start learning his place. And mark my words, tonight, what he did last week, he's got to pay for that. So Triple H is kind of laying down. Mark Henry's got a tiger on his back. So find out what that means.
Interesting. Kurt Angle, though, is ready for another open challenge. He dedicates it to Edge for an 82.
This is kind of simple. Kurt Angle starts ring. We know it's going to be an open challenge. Kind of said it's kind of a warning to Edge to kind of sit there and say, you better be watching this match because what I do, whoever the courageous soul that comes to face me tonight. This is when we face whenever that will may be. This is what's going to happen to you. So you better sit there and watch this match. And obviously, and then
the man who answers, Lance Storm for 85.
Lance, I got a run for 71 for Lance Storm.
Very good.
I've got a run some likings, but yeah, this no surprise here with kind of surprise, no surprise in the sense that obviously kind of gets the win. Obviously, there's a way I could have done this. Was obviously with the warning of Triple H. I could have done a situation where it was a distraction in a traditional sense, but the way I've done it here, obviously a bit more when we talk about the next bit, is the idea that he's walking down the ramp slowly, just enough to distract Lance Storm. A bit of inexperience in a way, like kind of like you get just only a split second, but that's enough for Kurt Angle to hit the angle slam and get the win. And obviously Triple H is kind of like after the Lance Storm loses, he's kind of smiling because it's like it's worked. An 88, loving this feud. This is working out way
really nicely,
exceeding my expectations. But yeah, obviously after this, obviously you got Lance Storm, middle of the wing. Obviously Kurt Angle just gets out of there because he's got no business in this. Yeah, and then kind of I like the idea of him like he's on the mat, the canvas. He slowly lifts him up, because lifts up Lance Storm, and kind of I thought this is kind of nicking a line from another person, but I think it works here. Where he lifts him up and he's looking at his face like with intensity, going, the worst is yet to come, and then picks up Lance Storm, hits a pedigree, and then obviously we've got Triple H standing tall. So interesting to see what more.
Triple H
plans
has got in store for Lance
Storm.
Backstage, Christian has got an idea for Chris Jericho. 87. The show is hitting a roll right now.
Yeah, I'm loving it. What do you expect? It's got Christian. He's like another, gotta love Christian, isn't it? He's the master of the promos, isn't he? Apparently on the safe. But I kind of idea I've got here is the idea that Christian. Obviously, there's still kind of a bit of tension or like kind of disagreement between Christian and Chris Jericho, obviously did not involved in the US title match last week. But the way I'm like doing here is Christian's going to come to the locker room saying if Chris Jericho's still not happy with him, but you got Christian kind of mend fences. He's came up with this idea. He said he's just come from Mick's office, and he's got what about I lost. I didn't US title. I want to have some gold. I want to have more gold around my waist. I know you do. It's been a long time since you've had gold around your waist. So I've just come back. Well, it's not harsh. It's true. Obviously, and then, make it up for you for obviously after disagreements. What about next week? You and I are going to go against the Dudley Boys in a number one contendership match. And if we win, we get a shot at the tag titles. But then obviously Chris Jericho's kind of like, I don't really want to kind of be in tag team wrestling because obviously single star at this point, right? So it's like he's not really, happy with the idea. And then obviously we've got a situation. And then obviously while they're talking, obviously Edge comes in, kind of because obviously they're facing next. Kind of obviously would have been advertised for the show. Then obviously Edge kind of comes in, so comes in, they both walk out, and then I like the idea when Christian and Chris Jericho walk, Chris Jericho stops him. Edge stops Chris Jericho and says, "You better watch your back, because if anyone knows about betrayal, it is Edge." So
really good segment. Let's see what Edge and Chris Jericho can do. Then this has potential indeed. Chris Jericho and Edge gets a 92.
92. Yes. I thought it would. I thought it would get a good score just because, again, Jericho's still hitting good numbers. Obviously, Edge, I mean, I've got to be honest, he's only been back
Edge
in
has returned with a bang.
I know, I mean, and to be fair, he took a victory over Kurt. And it's just two victories over Kurt, and it's catapulted him back. That you got to love. But yeah, this is kind of... This one, funny is the game actually done exactly what I wanted it. It did end with a spear. Good match as you expected, greats going against each other back and forth. But I like the idea that Jericho tried to hit the line, so misses, and then out of nowhere, got Edge springing off the ropes, hits a spear, out of nowhere, gets the win. So Edge still in a row. But
afterwards, he calls out Kurt Angle, 84.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So obviously Edge picks up the mic, kind of calls out Kurt, kind of sitting there saying he heard what he said about him earlier in the night, and he said and kind of he could say similar to what was it RVD and Christian had with last week, saying this needs to end. This feud needs to end. We need to end it before it goes any further. So he suggests a match in 2 weeks. We finish this. We have a 2 out of 3 falls match, and I like the idea when he sits and says, "Let me know what you think next week." But I love that as it playing on Kurt Angle's ego. He sits there and says, "If you aren't a coward, you would accept this challenge."
Well,
so trying to play an ego. So will Kurt Angle accept the challenge?
Find out next week. Backstage, Chris Jericho and Christian aren't the only ones looking for a tag team title opportunity, because Billy and Chuck are also looking for that tag title opportunity.
That's good. I mean, for what I was expecting that way lower, so I'm pretty happy with that. This one was kind of a situation of, again, Billy and Chuck. I mean, I didn't write it here, but it does bring out a good point. You could always sit there and bring up Billy. You can go, "Where were you last week?" And then instead of making it like any heated, you can make it like some comedy thing where it's like, "Oh, I was doing something else," or something like that. Because obviously I don't want to split up these two. Let's be honest. They're just talking about how great gold being around the waist, that kind of stuff. And then La Resistance come along, saying same thing, like, "You'll be the worst tag team champions ever." This division, it needs a bit of European sophistication. It needs a bit of class.
European sophistication, I like.
Yeah.
Keep that.
Yeah. I mean, and then kind of like I said, not these two hairband wearing freaks like that to them. And then Billy and Chuck obviously present that kind of way. We're not freaks, and we'll prove it next week in the ring. And obviously it sets up a tag team match next week.
I like the idea of La Resistance being like, whatever you two are doing in France, we do that behind closed doors. You know, we don't do that. We don't do that in front of everyone.
but I got to be honest, as you said, I assume you like that line, European sophistication.
Yeah, it's good. Keep that. Right then, backstage, the women's champion had a challenge last week from Jacqueline. Does she accept?
70, yeah, not surprised, Trish, isn't it? This one, I kind of like the idea that Trish is like normally if someone does that, you'd be like, the actions that Jacqueline did, you would go, yeah, like, yeah, this, I'm going to accept this challenge. But Trish is smarter than this, because obviously Trish doesn't reward people for attacking people from like after matches, and as a lot of people pointing out, she did lose last week, so she doesn't deserve a title match. It's kind of what, and obviously you attack my best friend, and you think you get a shot for that. You don't get rewarded for actions like that. So Trish Stratus has rejected Jacqueline's offer. Title? Rejected her offer. So I don't think
Jacqueline's going to take that very well. Trish versus Ivory though is next for a 68. Wow.
Okay, that's good.
68 out of Ivory.
Oh, that's good. I got to be honest, because again, Ivory's good, but it's like on this save, not. But again, I keep forgetting.
Level, yeah.
It's Trish, isn't it? It's Trish. I got to be honest. Like I keep forgetting now. Obviously, that there's what she with Trish there. It's just like she can always bump up any, any match. Yeah, pretty much. But this is nothing special here in the sense of it says submission. It's just she hits a satisfaction, gets the win. It's not really about the match. It's about what happens afterwards.
Oh, Jacqueline.
That's not bad. So obviously after this, as you said, she wasn't happy with that response that Trish said before the match, and so she attacks her from behind, gets the mic, and kind of just what's the word? Similar to what the CM Punk episode studio did many years ago, where put her in a submission and kind of make her accept the match.
Yeah. Type
thing. I know I know it looks like the face wouldn't say that, but you got to make Jacqueline look like a legit threat.
Yeah.
So so this is So I think like a sharpshooter or some sort of submission or hits with the belt as well, just to make sure. And she does eventually. Trish does eventually say, "Okay, you can have the match." So hopefully set up, probably in 2 weeks, getting ourselves a women's championship match.
Interesting, right? We're on the right track with this show, but we are close to the main event. Rhino cuts a promo with Eddie Guerrero for 71.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's Rhino, isn't it? Because it's obviously got Rhino to kind of ask him, "Why'd you attack Eddie?" Again, the same stuff as before. It's like everyone knows you've got to make an impact. You got to attack the world champion. It's pretty simple stuff here. Why? And kind of Rhino kind of says, well, let's be fair. It shouldn't be Mark Henry facing Eddie Guerrero for the world title. It should be me. And then tonight, it's going to prove why the Rhino should be facing Eddie Guerrero for the world title. So
let's find out if he proves it, though. It's Eddie Guerrero, it's Rhino, it's the main event of the evening for 79.
It's not great. But
I'm hoping, from a Raw point of view, that brings down the show. Main event spotlight, remember? Eddie couldn't quite carry Rhino here.
Okay, well, that's a lesson to be learned, I guess. But as I said, it's all about risk. See what works, what doesn't. But yeah, kind of again, I put this match as kind of a situation where Rhino hits a gore, and it kind of looks at one point looks like he's going to get the win. But Eddie Guerrero finds a way, hits the frog splash from the top, and gets the win in that sense. But
it's post match though. Eddie, let's continue this Mark Henry feud, shall we? 91.
Lovely.
What?
Okay, I don't know if that will affect the score, but I'm loving this. This is pretty good. This has got potential as well. This has got potential to exceed expectations, I think. But yeah, obviously, this kind of way it ended here is Eddie gets the mic after obviously getting the win and goes and gets a steel chair. Obviously, Mark Henry threatened to take him out tonight, so Eddie's not messing around. He's got a chair. He's waiting for Mark Henry to come down, and he kind of says, gets the mic, says, "Come down, face me like a man." And then we kind of cut to a backstage feed of kind of like, similar to I think when Big Show and Brock was it Paul Heyman in that feud where he threatened to attack him but then backtracked on it.
Yeah.
And this is what it is here. It's like, and then you got Mark Henry going, "We don't need to fight. As I said, we know we're going to win. I'll see you next week." And then gets into it looks like they're going to get into a limo. Then you got Eddie kind of said, "Okay, you don't want to face me here. I'm going to go back there and face you. And then kind of a situation of just like Eddie Guerrero running to the back. Mark Henry's going, "Oh crap, Eddie's got a chair. He's not happy. I'm getting the hell out of here." Gets the limo and Eddie was so close to just getting a hand on Mark Henry, but he just gets the limo, gets away, and we end the show with a frustrated Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, he's gunning for Mark Henry. He's not happy.
91's fantastic. 86 to beat then. I don't know. That main event, it's hard to say. In theory, you should, but I don't know. But you did have a 92 on the show, so hopefully that, for you, will boost it. Let's find out. Smackdown gets an 85.
By 1 point. Oh, my God.
I mean, I'll take it. Absolutely. It's your main event. You put Edge and Jericho in the main event, weirdly. I reckon you get a 90.
Yeah, but again, it's the same situation. It's like the world champ. It's kind of the big feud.
No,
I
I
guess.
agree. The storyline was fine. I thought Eddie and Rhino would do better than he did. Weirdly, it's still a good match. Personally, I think you've had a better show than me, but main event spotlight, and
I got to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I've got maybe mixed up again at some point, but again, it's yeah. Obviously, congratulations on the win, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy. Again, it's a very different show than obviously I'm not kind of going for the big guns. I'm trying to
He
build.
says booking Kurt Angle versus Lance Storm and Edge versus Jericho and Guerrero versus Rhino.
Okay, maybe different big guns, I guess.
Yeah, fair.
No, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you look at it from like the build up, like again, Edge is doing well. Definitely that Triple H Lance Storm is really impressive. Really impressed by that. I'm intrigued. Obviously, the Mark Henry Eddie Guerrero, yeah, didn't really hit the heights of the main event, I guess, but I'm intrigued. It's getting kind of high levels of scoring, so it's got potential to be a good match. So it's got more. Yes, it didn't win, but it's got a lot of more positives and negatives. So I'm happy. So
We'll
it's good.
take it. Good shows, but we'll take the win. Alright then, Orton keeps his title. On Smackdown, Eddie Guerrero is well entrusted in that feud with Mark Henry now, Rhino, and getting himself involved. And a win for the good guys. Kind of. Raw wins. Just about. It was a bit harsh, I'll be honest. I felt bad for him, but I'll take the win. I will always take the win. That sets us up nicely. Going into week 3 of the month, I know. Win week 3, I've won my first month. I've won my first month in the whole goddamn save. I need this. So let's see what happens next week. It should be an interesting one. Monday is coming your way. If you want to watch it live, we'll be live on Twitch tomorrow evening. That's in when this video comes out, Thursday evening, UK time, 6:30, over on twitch.tv/Carl Dixon. Link in the description below. And until next time, peace.